Alright, let me get my headphones on and we will get started. Where the hell are my headphones? Seriously, there's some things I can't really. Oh, I should probably be sitting down. Okay, I've got my lo-fi. Okay, I've got my lo-fi going on, and I need to put a little reverb on the voice. Hi. Let me turn this down. It's nice, but it gets a little overwhelming. Let me know if you can hear it or if you can't hear it. It's kind of important to have this particular sound. This is, my name is Wynne Blue. I'm a musician and artist out of Seattle, Washington. I'm not going to go into the spiel, I just don't feel like it right now. But it's Wednesday, and that means we're going to be doing some drawing today, some art. I have projects I haven't touched in almost an entire week because I haven't felt like doing any damn art. Sometimes you just can't, especially if you have like a project that needed to be done 3 days ago. No, it's just not going to happen like that. Tonight's music is over by their Relaxed Movement on YouTube. Just a little background something. I do turn it up from time to time, but see, the issue with turning it up is it can overwhelm my voice, and I don't want it to do that. I do music on Mondays, so if you're hanging out for the first time on a Wednesday, now you know why I don't have my guitar up, right? So how does everybody feel about this whole new thing I've got going on here? I figured I'd go with it, just this time, so you know exactly what I'm all about. I see lots of artists doing this little frame thing, and it seems pretty cool. It might be a bit much, though. I think I might reduce it so that it's just the side and not the bottom. You know? I might even change the color. The important thing was I would have this really cute screen where you can see me. It's just a little TV screen. So let's, I know, Beach Doggy, tons of ideas. I just want everything to be on brand. I know that's kind of silly. Everybody's a brand. I don't want to be a freaking brand. But I am a brand. Especially if I want to do anything with my art that's profitable, interesting, attention-getting. So, small apologies to those of you watching on a vertical screen. I am still figuring that one out. Shouldn't be too difficult, so let's get to it. Before I start, though, I should let you know tonight is another night working on the holiday card, and this is not because, well, let's just say I forgot something. So I'm going to draw that picture tonight, And I'm also going to work on a couple of emotes. And there's a reason for that. So let's go to this. Let's go to the screen. Oh, that's not it. That's it. Hee hee. So let's see, I think this one right here doesn't have a thing. I didn't want to use it, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Oh, I'm in your television. So I've got my little thing right here. Let me make sure I've got some light. I don't have any light on this, which is not good. Ah! Mother of God. All right, there we go. There's a little bit of light on there. Because you can't always see what's on here. Just want you to be able to see what's going on. Okay, so here is our holiday card, and it doesn't look like this anymore. I've changed the layout a little bit, and I don't like the layout either. So, it might be another zine. I know that sounds terrible, like I'm so disappointed I'm going to make another zine. But you know what? I like making zines. I just like it. It's so very 90s of me, you know? Okay. So first, let's get into a couple of emotes that I was working on. Little animated something. I might add another frame, I'm not sure. I think I should. What do you think? Let's look at what we got. Yeah, I think I'm going to add another one. I don't even know if I need these lights if I'm working on the... Yeah, I probably don't need them. Okay, let's get this emote figured out, huh? Cute. Oh, that was great. Look at that. Okay. What am I missing? What am I missing? It's like, it's not quite bopping. You know what I mean? I need this to bop. Oh, this isn't good. I want you to see this right over here. Did you see that? How it's cut off? I don't want it to be cut off. Oh, when did that get cut off? Mine have always been cut off. Okay, well, we're right at where we started. Oh, it was already cut off. Shoot. Well, I need a full head of hair to work on this. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to Why does this have to be so complicated? It doesn't have to be complicated. It truly doesn't. And I copied frame 2, right? So I copied frame 2. They should be alike. Ugh, so frustrating. No, I copied frame 1. Okay. Stop doing this. Okay. Here we go. I guess there really is no good way to do this. I can't take the ponytail and just not have it. Oh, I think I know what I need. There we go. Boop, bop, boop, bop. Though I really think it should just be 2. Seems like 5 is just not the right one. Let's see what happens when I take out the middle. Yeah, that's not too bad. So what do you think? I've got an emote here, an animated one. This one has 4 frames. And this one has 5. I like the 4. I like the 4 frame ones. I truly do. So I think I'm going to take that middle one out. Bye-bye. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So there we have it. There is one of our dancing emotes. This is me looking up the internet. So I have this one, and I have just one that's like this, I guess. I figure this one is still, and then the other one is animated, so to have to export this. I just can't remember what I'm supposed to export it as. I think this one's supposed to be a ping. Let's just save that baby. And I don't know if you realize it, but I am procrastinating work on the holiday card. I'm procrastinating like nobody's business. All right, we're going to put that up there. Let's see, what does it want? Ah, I see. Because I only have a couple of follower emotes. I keep wanting to make a couple of them, you know, standard. So let's see, where'd it go? Where did everything go? Well, this is just dandy. Oh, I must have pressed a button. Of course I pressed a button. It's always a button. Please don't register that touch. All right. Not be animated? What if I want to add an animated one? Well, that's dumb. Bonus animated. Oh, apparently I can't upload a GIF. There we go. This should be fun. And then whoever follows, subscribes, whatever. Okay, now what is all this crap? Go with the flow, right? 4 is snappier, that's true. It's very it's very 4/4 time. You know what I mean? So if you're using it during a song or dancing or whatever, boom, boom, boom. Let's go ahead and put this up to drive. Yay, an animated GIF. Where was I? Right. Let's go look at Freddie for a minute, because she has been hanging out, and I know. Let's check her out for a minute. Now I'm going to go ahead and download this, and then I'm going to put it up there. doing? Okay. I really wish I could share my screen with you, but I don't think it's that interesting, to be honest. All right. Let's get back to the main screen. That's not it. Stop it. All right, we got an ad starting for those of you following. Consider subscribing, but until then, in about 30 seconds to a minute, we're going to have an ad. Bear with me, go get some water, take a bio break, stretch. I should probably stretch. I think I'm going to change some colors here. Not too dark. That is not where I wanted to go with this. Okay, come on. Excuse me. What have I done? This is very sad. I just wanted to do a simple change. Oh well. Gotta do this the hard way. So the other day I was talking about a romance novel that I've been listening to in my car, and how it kind of caught me off guard. Caught me off guard because, one, it's an audiobook, and I guess I wasn't thinking. Why would I get a romance novel on audiobook? Why would I do that? It's like I'm asking for something. I was just, kind of bored. And I thought to myself, would it have the same impact if I had just gotten the book from the library and read it? Would I have given the characters the same voices that the audiobook director had? Would it have told the same story? Because right now, the main characters in my head, one of them looks like Anne Hathaway. And while she's not terribly sexy, she might be a little sexy. In the book, or in the story, she's supposed to have bubblegum pink hair. I cannot picture Anne Hathaway with pink hair. Well, what's wrong with you, Wynne? Why can't you think of Anne Hathaway with pink hair? Well, I'll tell you why. Because she's Anne Hathaway. And while she is cute in her own way, I just don't see it. I just can't see pink-haired Anne Hathaway as being sexy. Feel free to disagree with me, but I just don't see it. So when I picture the scenes up until this crazy point where they have decided they really, really like each other. I've been trying really hard to see this goofy artsy lady in her mid to late 20s, looking good in a Versace dress with pink hair and brown eyes. My husband and I are going to go to the coast for Christmas this year. I think we're overdue to see my dad. Luckily, the place we're going to be staying is dog friendly. Always a good thing. Let me tell you, my dog loves my dad's house. She just loves the heck out of it. She loves it so much. Tell us, how much does she love it? Well, I kind of lose track of her. I think she goes straight for the kitchen. go. Oh, that's cute. Now we're going to flip it. And she's in the square. She's doing all right. Of course. But these cute little cabins that we end up going to, they're dog friendly. They're like a 5-10 minute walk from the beach, 5-10 minute walk from a couple of grocery stores like a Dollar General and a Thriftway. There's a few restaurants, coffee shop. It doesn't look like much until you actually start moving around. It's kind of all, oh hey, I'm in the middle of nowhere. And then you turn a corner and boom, there it is. So I really enjoy going to that little place. There's an oasis. I mean, middle of nowhere, nothing but sky. Turn the corner, and then all of a sudden you're amongst trees. Trees and a green common area, some dirt roads and these cute little rustic cabins. Beautiful, fantastic. And it's inexpensive. But then again, I only go when nobody's traveling there, you know? All right. There is our follower emote. There we go. I need a bookmark. All right. Let's see if I can share. Okay, this is going to be weird. Oh, that's not the one I want. So let me see if I can get a monitor in here. There we go. in kind of a weird spot. Let me move it back here. That is, if it will go anywhere. There we go. Congratulations, you are now on my desktop. Look at me getting all technical. All right, let's come over here and look and see what I'm doing. I've got an animated one, I've got a not so animated one, and I'm going to download the blue one. Alright, let's get that groove up there. Something went wrong. You know what? I bet this is really huge. It's probably just really big and it doesn't want to go up there. Crud. Let's take a look at what I've got here. How big are you? Ah, it is 0.10 megs too large. .10. It's always something stupid like this. Okay, well. Back to the drawing board. Do I want to resample? Is that going to change anything? I don't know. I'm still learning a lot about this particular program. Total file size, it says 30 megs. That's just the Procreate file, that's not actually crap. Has to be less than a meg. How do I do this? I can just make it smaller, right? Whoops. Image size and formatting requirements. It needs to be between 112 by 112 pixels and 4096 pixels by 4096 pixels. Oof. Must be square. Can't be bigger than 1 meg. All right. The only thing I can think of is, hey, let's go into MS Paint. Oh, this is going to ruin it. Who am I kidding? It's going to ruin it anyway. Come on. No, that's not going to work. I wonder what this is going to do. Yeah, none of this is going to do anything. I think I'm going to have to do it in something else. Not exactly how I wanted to spend my stream, sitting here farting around with stuff. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, give me some info, baby. How big are you? How do I know? Oh, here we go. 1.2 megs. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. All right. I just gotta make it smaller. I feel like I've ruined it. I know that makes no sense. How exciting is this? Yeah, I think that works. Come on. You know what? I'm going to live with it. But first, I'm going to get through this if it kills me. All right, I got to do something on my screen. saving it. Is this under? No, it's not there yet. Oh, this is so painful, y'all. This is so painful. So painful. Let's try this one more time. Oh, jeez. Come on. There we go. Fingers crossed, y'all. Just give. Look at this. This says 1.2 megs. How did it just get bigger? How did it get bigger? Who am I? Job? All right. So I'm not quite sure if I'm doing this wrong or what. It is just completely crazy. I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong, but let's see if I can do this one more time. All right, I'm just going to go back a little bit. All right, so here we are at the beginning. I'm using the background color as a guide. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to make it smaller. I mean, it doesn't really have to be huge because they're going to shrink it down anyway. Okay. Let's see if this does anything at all. This is just the, this is what this is this is the non-animated emote. wanted to differentiate them. So that you didn't pick the blue one if you wanted the pink animated one. And this one also, because unless you're a subscriber, you can't have the animated emotes for some reason. So there's that. All right, so we've made this a bit smaller, quite a bit smaller. And I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. I want it kind of centered. Yeah, there we go. Let's take this background color out and make it happen again. Fingers freaking crossed. All right, here we go. Oh, finally. Okay. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to share it. I'm going to put it up on my drive, and then I'm going to upload it to Twitch. All right. Let's go over to the monitor. So this one over here, that's the one that I downloaded that was too big. This one, oh, finally, right? Yes. I might have to resize the animated one too. But we'll get to that now that we know what size we can use. Okay. Yay, look at that preview. Now, my emote game is kind of fresh. I don't know how I'm going to do this properly in the long run. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. I've got this one. That's the GIF. And yes, I say GIF, I don't say GIF. It's a graphics interchange, format, not a JASIX. Whatever the heck that is. That's just nuts. Now, how big is this one? It is almost 3 megs. Okay, yeah, that one might need to be resized a little bit. Maybe just a little. Image file size is too large. One meg. I don't know if I can do it, y'all. I just don't know if I can do it. All right, let's go back to the drawing board, shall we? Now that I know what I'm looking for, I can get in here and I can do it probably a little quicker. Oops, I need to see this background first. There we go. Alright, time to crop and resize. Fingers freaking crossed. That looks kind of right. I'm gonna go with it. All right. Let's see if this works. Now it says it's 3.5 megs. I cannot tell you how frustrating this is. No. All right, you. All right, we're going to try this one more time. How small does it have to be, right? Okay. Yeah, not too much loss. I could probably go a lot. I'd probably go a lot smaller, but let's see what it wants. What's changed? Oh, now I'm down to 2 megs. change anything? Nope. All right. Let's try this one more time. So how small do you think I can go? How small can we go? How small can we go? I think we can go smaller. I'm gonna push it. It might be tiny. All right, let's see if we can get this going. Whoops, not what I wanted. All right, that's easily 1/4. A quarter of the size, at least. Even though it was 2,000 pixels before. I'm gonna give up if this doesn't even. Oh, it did. We're at 1.2. So close. This is gonna have to do it.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Whoops. That looks about right. Yeah. And it animates. Do, do, do. All right, here we go. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Yes! 868K. A little bit of victory. I think I did it. It's now the right size. I did it. I did it. Oh yeah, I did it. Ooh, 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 ooh. So nice. So nice, so nice. Yeah. I'm going to turn that back down. It was very loud in my ears. Okay, awesome. Now let's go back and see how this is gonna work. Yeah, yeah. Oh, now you have my little lo-fi secret. Whoops. I should probably actually download the new one. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I tend to, I'm getting kind of good at predicting where this particular artist is going to go with his tracks. Okay, let's try this again. Go get it, Freddie, go get it. Go get it. Go get it, girl. Oh, she already took off. Yes. It's gonna dance for you. Dance, 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 dance. It's a little crunchy, but it'll be all right. Whoops, where'd it go? Damn it. All right, it's ready to go. Woo! And we're uploading. So we got 2 new emotes up there. One of them's Cool Groove, and the other one is Pop Bop. And I used to have a Freddy one. Where did this, oh, it went to a little lower. So I can add 3 more follower emotes if I want, but I don't feel like doing that today. I think I've had enough emotes for the day. So we're going to move on to something else. Now I have already loaded up my scanner for the missing frame of my holiday card. And having this holiday card with as many pictures in it, has completely changed my original plan for the card. I have envelopes that are 5 by 7, and I started with a rectangular thing. And all of a sudden, nothing fits. Nothing fits in that 5 by 7. I don't want things to get too small because, people with very strong glasses are going to want to watch this, to look at it. So let's get a scan in. Come on, baby. So this is the final frame, not final in the lineup, but it's the final one to draw. And then I'm thinking I might actually get rid of 1 or 2 of those frames and then just add a little something else. You know what I mean? Make a little bonus. It's going to take a lot more manpower to do this. And the thing about manpower is that if I enlist my husband to do this, he will complain the entire time. Bless his heart, he does not give 2 hoots about any of this. I mean, he's happy to be a part of it, to have his name on it, and to be featured in it, but he does not want to draw any of this. He doesn't want to draw it. He doesn't want to assemble it. He has told me more than once, Wynne, why do you put yourself through this? Why give yourself the stress? Why stress yourself out for the perfect Christmas card? And I'll tell you why. Because I enjoy it. Sometimes there's good stress, sometimes there's not. And to me, this is good stress. Because I know that when it comes down to it, the people who receive this card in its final form they're going to enjoy it. They're going to enjoy it, and it's going to bring them a little something to look forward to. They do it every year, and I get feedback on that. We love your card. We think it's wonderful. And I think that's great. Because I can't get gifts for everybody, right? Okay. Where are you, baby? Come on. There you are. For Pete's sake. All right, finally. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. coming in. I like being able to crop. Come on, little buddy, you got this. All right. I can't handle those long silences. All right, just cleaning this up before getting into the ink. I hate it when I do that. No, don't delete that. Okay, let's make this a little paler. Oh, we're going to make that a little quieter so that I can draw on top of it. So we have our syrup. Not good. Still doesn't look good. Okay, I'm going to show you something. I've got a very small brush, and it is kind of pixelated, and I can't have that. I cannot have that at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a JPEG. Then I'm going to delete this. Let's see. All right, so I've got it's the same basic. If you look, oh, DPI 132. No, I don't want that. Now see how that's not as pixelated? It's nice and smooth. That's what I want. All right, there we go. There's my picture. see, that's so much better. Oops, got me a tangent. Yeah, that is not what I wanted to do. I made his head square. Great, I'm going to have to look at my reference picture again. side mouths are so hard to get right. Especially when it belongs to your spouse. Let's just get rid of his whole face. Bye face. Goodbye face. I no longer wish to see that face on my paper. Better, but not great. Sometimes you just gotta sketch it out, you know? And I know Jack is watching, so sorry, Jack. I have erased your face so many times tonight. It's nothing personal, it's art. I can hear the noise he's making in the other room. It's this sketch nose that's getting me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not the same as this nose. See, it's just not the same. I thought they were sneaking up on me. Close, but no banana. I can get imperfect straight on, but I cannot get imperfect in profile. And that's why I'm using a pencil on this and not a pen. Believe me, I'm being way too detailed here. I think I should put a baseball cap on him. What do you think? There we go. That looks more like him. All right. Finally. Now I can probably ink this with a little more confidence. You know, in all honesty, I think his head looks a little pointier than that. But don't tell him. Don't tell him I said so. Okay? That's important. Let's just do it upside down. trying to give him a good round noggin, you know? You gotta have a good round noggin on your head. Know what I mean? Jack's head is very round. I want to make sure that shows up. All right, where did my music go? I lost my music because I'm buffering. Let's go to my channel. Let's see what's going on. Go into my channel. There we go. For a second, I thought we had lost the atmosphere. Yep, technical difficulties. Please stand by. All right, well, I'm just going to keep going. And if it keeps going silly, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload the replay. Okay, worst comes to worst. We might end up ending a little early, which I don't think is too bad a thing, really. Because I'm pretty sure we all have to eat. All right, good job, good job. So when I'm done here in a bit, I'm gonna go ask my dear family what the hell they're doing out there to use up all of my bandwidth. Actually, I think I'll do that now. hopefully that has taken the glitch out of my streaming software. Okay, there we go. I may cut this short because of the whole bandwidth thing that I'm experiencing. Okay, it looks like my YouTube is back, kinda. My personal stream, because I've got it on another monitor, it seems to be struggling. It seems to be struggling, even though I don't know, it's a bunch of technical background stuff that y'all needn't worry yourselves about. It's a little annoying though. So, actually, let me do a new thing here. If Twitch is doing all right, that's great. My YouTube is just being a little bit moody. All right, I'll go back over that later because it's looking kind of light. But for now, I'm going to put myself in and do a pencil for the background. Not big enough. There it goes again. I'm losing my mojo, y'all. Put myself a drawing guide on there because I want to be able to draw something on top. So tell me, I know you can hear the music cut out. Is the video cutting out? Is the video cutting out on Twitch? Because I know it's messing up on YouTube for me. And if it's messing up on Twitch, I'll just call it a night. But if it's just messing up on YouTube, I will disconnect from YouTube. Okay, so I think I know what I need to do. Very sad indeed. Yeah, that's because the audio is coming straight from YouTube. And it looks like maybe it's just the input of that. It's wild because when I'm looking at my dashboard for YouTube, it's not changing anything. So it's probably recording what I'm doing, but it's not broadcasting it. So, comme ci, comme ça, which I'm probably not using properly, but we'll figure it out. I just don't like it being a quiet art stream, you know? Now, one of my options, and I did this in my very first art stream, is to use your own playlist. Because that's what a bunch of other artists do. They have a Spotify, and they broadcast on a different channel. And that way, the other channel doesn't end up in their video on demand on their playback. And so they don't get dinged for a copyright. By using the royalty-free music of this and a couple of other people, I don't get dinged for a copyright because, well, they're free to use. But it doesn't always work out that way. If I'm reliant on YouTube, I'd love to be reliant on my own playlist, my 90s and early 2000s. You know those days when you had an iPod? When streaming wasn't a thing? Everybody had an iPod, and they all had hundreds of songs. Oh, let's shuffle. Let's do the shuffle. Okay, let's do a shuffle. I love my iPod. I'm kind of sad that that nobody uses them anymore, and that it's become quite a headache, as if it wasn't already, because it's Apple. As if it wasn't already a headache. But I remember cussing so hard at iTunes because it just pissed me off so bad. Yeah, see, I'm not getting any music. That's sad. That just makes me sad. I should just turn it off and get all talky at you. You want to see a grunge? This is the grunge texture. Neat, huh? It's really hard to make that look even in any way. But I do need a bit of gray back here. So I may just blur that. Just a little. Okay. I don't get it. Why are you not working? Am I on the wrong thing? What am I on? Oh, I get it. Not erasing the right thing. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, I need to put this down because this is my original. And if I remember correctly, yeah, there we go. I'm going to put a little bit of a placeholder right here. There we go. Now this right here, This is where a bunch of text is supposed to go. That seems a little bizarre at first, but it'll get there. And I'm going to make that just a little bit light. I know you can't see it, but I can. No, I can't. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. Okay, now here comes the part I am concerned about. There we go. Okay. Okay, aside from a few details, which don't necessarily matter, for the most part, the basics are done. And I want to go through this and I want to make it a little thicker so it matches up everything else. See, now it looks a little more even. I know you can't see too much on the screen, but there we go. Yay! Now, the one thing I haven't done with any of these frames is I haven't colored anything. Excuse me. I do have a color palette. I just need to import it. And once the color palette is in there, then we're good. I can do my little inky, colory thing to my heart's content. Okay, now I need to make sure that I have a few things that I want to keep. And I'm going to put them on this layer right here. I'm going to start with some light syrup applications. And I will clean this up when I'm ready to color, which I will not do tonight, at least not on camera. So as I'm wrapping all this up, which will easily take me another 20 minutes, I have joined a Secret Santa, a couple of Secret Santas. And both of them have $35 spending limits. One of them, the names have been drawn. And the other, I'm still waiting for people to RSVP because I'm running that one. I mean, Secret Santas are awesome when you want to, you know, because you want to do nice things for your friends during the holidays. And one of my friends always makes fudge. She makes fudge. Her recipe is one that I'm not familiar with because my fudge has always been super simple. You know, evaporated milk, melted chocolate, and maybe something else, like inclusions. It's pretty simple. It's simple, it tastes good, it's shiny. Plus, I'm the kind of person, and this is such a polarizing opinion, but I like nuts in fudge. Walnuts, pecans, peanuts, I don't care. I do not like dried fruit. I cannot have dried fruit in fudge or in chocolate or anything like that. Do not put freaking fruit in my fudge. Costco used to have these chocolate kind of dishes where they do assorted chocolates. And those were great. The only problem was, I have to say, a third of them were just a patty of melted chocolate that they had sprinkled nuts and cranberries and sprinkles on. And I could never eat those because I don't want raisins or cranberry raisins, or whatever you want to call them. I don't want that shiz. I do not want that shiz on my chocolate. If you can think of something that you don't like in chocolate, baby, I'm down to hear it. I love chocolate. I do not love crap in my chocolate. So just, based on what you've seen so far, because I know that if you've been following the holiday card thing, then you know what I usually do for holiday cards. And last year I sent out a zine, because zines are awesome. But I don't want to send out a zine twice in a row. 2 years in a row, that seems a bit excessive. So I am debating sending, a second zine, but in a different kind of format, where it wouldn't be the same thing. It would be more of because zines are just kind of haphazardly put together, whereas something that's more of it'd be kind of put together, it would be larger, just a little larger, It wouldn't be bigger than 5x7. But I'm thinking about it. Might be easier than trying to fit everything on one page. So I'm thinking about doing like another zine. I don't want to get boring. I don't want to get predictable, So here we go. We've got our final thing here. And I'm going to add just a little guide shading for me, so I know where I want to go. And I'll clean it up in a little bit. And yeah, it's not perfect, but I don't care. Okay. I've got some basic shading in there. Which is good. I'll go back in and do a little something later. Let's see what I can put over here to make it. Just getting some fleshing out here. I am going to snooze my ad for another 5 or so minutes. Doing a little bit of Bob Ross. Making sure we got happy little trees. Okay. Let's put that white background back in there. And you know, I think I should do this a little darker. What did I use? I used the grunge brush in Procreate. Because apparently grunge is a thing. I don't even know if I like that one. I want something with textures, you know? Concrete block. Here's one that says volcanic ash. What does it look like? Yeah, that might work, but I don't feel like it. Sandstone. Actually, that one doesn't seem too bad. Let's try sandstone and see what happens. It's not a very big brush. I kind of like that one. Kinda, you know? Maybe it's just too dark. I feel there's a better way to do this. I'm just farting around with it right now. Okay, I like that. Now I'm just going to erase a whole bunch of it. I know I could probably just do it with a pencil, but this pretty much means I would have to print it out and then draw on it and then scan it again. got an ad starting soon. It'll be our last ad of the evening because I am going to snooze all of the rest of them for as long as I can. They usually pop up about every hour. So, gotta pay the bills somehow, you know? I always feel like I have to apologize for ads, but almost everybody does ads, and the ones who truly don't like ads, they tend to, I don't know, use their Prime accounts to sub. Which is always nice. So earlier today, I was out in the garage talking to the spouse, and we came across an old PS2. Had a bunch of accessories and games. And I thought, why am I keeping this? Why am I keeping a PS2 with 2 to 4 controllers, 2 floor mats, a couple of other accessories, some memory cards, and like 15 games? Why am I keeping those? So, I'm probably going to put them on Buy Nothing. You know? Just put the PS2 on Buy Nothing. Okay, so let me crop this real quick. All right, and there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see if I can put an outline here. I have so many fonts I can use in this. And I'm thinking about downloading more. There's this website called Blambot by this guy named Nick Piekos. He's a professional comic book letterer, and he also is a font designer. And he did the font design for My Chemical Romance's tour because they had the whole branding and everything. It's kind of wild. But I have several of his fonts, and he gives those fonts away for free to independent comic artists, which is super cool, and I'm very grateful for them. So there's that. So I'm probably just going to grab a couple of fonts, see what's going on. Usually they're things like alien font, robot font, strange language font, stuff like that. So this is probably the most shading I've done. And it's going to be a different color. But I've got... I don't know if you can see this. But I can't get it all to... I can't get this all to fit in here. It looks very small on your screen, but I can't get it to fit. So I'm probably going to take it all apart again. And yeah, all this stuff seems like it would be perfect to put in like a little booklet format. Ah, that's the word I was looking for. Booklet. All right. So tonight, let's see, where's my mouse? Let's get a look at Freddie. Aw, Freddie girl. She's such a sweetie. She's also a pain in my side. Doesn't matter. So, here's the deal. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a raid train. I recently discovered that I had accidentally signed up for 3 different days on a 5-day raid train. Whoops. So it's over on Twitch. I'll be doing a raid train to benefit a very talented man who has fallen on some serious hard times. And when I say hard times, I don't mean he's living on the street. I mean he has some health stuff, and if you have ongoing health stuff, you are dealing with a lot of shiz. And in my country, it only takes one difficult illness to put you in the poorhouse. Don't get me started on that, okay? Some people just, I don't know, we're all in the same boat, but I won't get into it. I just want you to know that all 3 of those nights that I've scheduled accidentally, there's supposed to be music, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do music like that. I'm just not up for that. So I'm probably going to back out of one of those. I'm going to make sure that the schedule on my Twitch page is set up, and that I have I'm not going to be streaming this on YouTube, so sorry, YouTubers. But the raid train is exclusively on Twitch. That's pretty much all I can tell you. But in the meantime, let me turn this down just a little bit. Oh. Mother. I got this thing going on and it's all crazy. My Logitech. I want my Logitech stuff to be a little, yeah, there we go. I don't like looking enormous on my camera. Might work great for when I'm doing the little doodad in the corner, but no. Okay, that didn't do anything at all. Anyway, I was thinking about raiding, and you're supposed to raid all the time. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me, because I don't have a mod here tonight. It's just me and you and Art. So, Monday we'll come back and we'll do some music. And then next Wednesday, I'm going to be doing something completely different from this holiday card because the holiday cards will have gone somewhere. Like to umpteen different people. That's just how it is, y'all. Okay. So that said, I am going to call it an evening. I want to thank my lurkers. I want to thank my active chatters and my inactive chatters. I want to thank everybody who has popped in and said hello or popped in and just gone, ah, because I love you anyway. All right. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Let someone be good to you. And we will see you on Sunday.